Torres Flanagan Finney, listen to me carefully, because this is your only warning. You just got beat up for 15 consecutive minutes and have absolutely nothing to show for it. Everyone was having a good time until you showed up and ruined it. Your blatant disregard for your coach's instructions matched your lack of preparation for this fight. If this ever happens again, you'll have to deal with me, and there will be no referee there to save you. You have been warned. Do not ever do this again.
So I didn't do so good this past Saturday. I went 8 for 13 on picks, and my parlay lost on the first leg. So, you win some, you lose some. I'm 1 for 1 in terms of my opinions being out on the internet. And honestly, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about this at all. And you know what? We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through the highlights, the lowlights, and then I'm just gonna give a general rating of UFC 325. Who cares? I don't know. No one's watching this anyway. Oban Elliott, that was tough. That was a bad one to watch. He was doing really, really good until he wasn't. This Jonathan fella, at the end of the day, it's kind of props to him. Way better than I thought. Again, I was more so under the impression that this was an unknown guy. Apparently not. Apparently he's pretty well known. But all intents and purposes, Oban Elliott, he had a really good performance, buddy. Keep your head up. Welsh gangster, super good. That is Jonathan Miklev's second win in the UFC, 9th win overall in MMA. I say you keep sending him up the rankings. Give him Jeff Neal or Gabriel Bonfim. I don't know if either of those guys are booked, but I think he deserves a top 15 guy. So go ahead, get him in there, and Oban Elliott, just work on grappling. Go Dagestan for about 2 years. One phone call. For my personal highlight of the night, Koichiro Nakamura, super cool comeback knockout. Down 2 rounds and finally decided, hey, I'm gonna wake up a little bit and actually fight. I don't know what happened. That was really, really bad in the beginning. I don't know where he was at. Maybe it was just kind of the pressure of the moment, but he did come back. So congratulations, Mr. Nakamura. I hope to see a lot more of you in the future, and I will be putting my money on you next time. So please, don't do that first half again. Just do the 3rd round, and then everything will be good. I'm not going to talk about Torres Finney long just because of, making several posts about him. I'm sorry, man. It really isn't that deep. I feel bad. I really was confident in him winning. I don't know if that's just because I don't know ball, or if that's because he just had a bad night. But I figured he would use at least a little bit of wrestling. He went for 1 takedown that entire night. So I really don't know what the plan was, but he looked like a very juiced up punching bag. And I did not like that, not one bit. Torres Finney, keep your head up. I hope Dana White doesn't cut you, because it seems like that's what everybody wants right now. I don't think you should be too hard on yourself, man. You won 11 MMA fights before, so you can win another one. I would just hope you're not the next Ryan Hall, where you kind of have one trick, and if that one trick doesn't work, you kind of just get beat up on for the rest of the fight. But best of luck to you. Put Jacob Malkoun with Gregory Rodriguez. They're going to beat each other up for a little while, and I just think that would be spectacular. Killing Sal Killed. He is definitely the next guy at 155. He is super cool to watch. Super funny guy as well. You got to watch some of the media he does. I think you got to put Quillin with Rafael Bazayev. I think that's a no-brainer. I think that fight would be super cool. And honestly, it's unfortunate for Rafael Bazayev because he didn't look all that bad on Saturday. But if he's going to lose to an up-and-coming contender, then it's kind of his time to start taking people outside of the top 15. My poor goat Dan Hooker. Stop giving him grapplers. Leave him alone. Give him a boxer. I don't want to see this anymore. I like him too much, and every time he loses, I get a little sad inside. Give him Renato Moicano or something. I don't know. Just stop doing that. Stop doing this. Quit giving him those fights. All in all, the card wasn't particularly interesting. There was no stakes in it. We saw the fight before, so everybody kind of knew where it was going to go, even though I picked Diego Lopez to win, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We saw this fight about a year ago, 2 years ago, and there really wasn't enough time for anything to change. Lopez was Volkanovski's last opponent, and we saw how that fight went. Lopez, in the meantime, fought John Silva. It was a good win, and it aged well, but it didn't really show that he was actually ready for another title match, which might actually hurt Diego Lopez's career, because say whoever gets the title shot next wins, what's the argument for Diego Lopez to have another title shot? That'll be his third one. And at some point in time, you kind of become the Colby Covington of your division, and nobody really wants to see you fight for a title again. With that all being said, I'm going to grade UFC 325 a C+. It was a night of good fights. It just didn't feel like there was much weight to the card at all.